All right. So before we get started, I just want to verify that I told you all the rules about the cell phones and distractions, that kind of thing.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So let's get started. Society for Creative Anachronisms by Pam Taylor. These photos were taken by Richard Threlkeld, which he posted on his Flickr account, which they represent several different aspects of the SCA. The main points about the SCA are its history, its structure, and events that I'm going to talk to you about today. So let's get started. First, what is the SCA and what is its history? On the SCA website, www.sca.org, the SCA is an acronym for Society for Creative Anachronisms. It's just really shorter, so we say SCA. Dressed in period clothing, members recreate arts and sciences from pre-17th century Europe or any other society that had contact with pre-17th century Europe. Interestingly, in the Society Handbook, the first event was held on according to the handbook, the SCA called the Known World Handbook. The first event happened on May 1st, which is May Day, 1966. The lords and ladies of that day, they dressed in period costumes, they had sword fights, they danced, they participated in archery, and then they finished the day with a courtly feast. That day was the first day of a worldwide society of like-minded individuals who love to learn about history and recreate it. So the next topic is the structure of the SCA. This map right here shows it's also from the Known World Handbook, and it shows the known world, which is what we call the Earth. All these different types, or all these different ones are kingdoms in the SCA. The SCA website, again, www.sca.org, tells us that each kingdom has a king and a queen. They hold court to give awards, make proclamations, and more. So there's baronies underneath each kingdom. There's baronies, provinces, shires, and cantons. So baronies are headed by barons and baronesses, kind of like the king and queen. So for example, Dallas is the Steppes barony, and Fort Worth is the Elfsea barony. So there's different names for each barony. Also, a set of officers direct the activities of each area. So the final topic I want to talk to you about are the events. A few of the different types of events are wars, arts and sciences, feasts, and colleges. Based on my own personal experience, as well as attendance to these events, a war, which is this photo here, it's a bunch of guys, sometimes girls, dressing up, and they have sword fights with big weapons. They also have archery contests, and some people like to use rapiers. Those are those ones like the Three Musketeers, the thin ones. At an arts and science event, that's where there's things like, or the members create things based on period research, history research, things like illumination, which is, if you look at a calligraphy and there's pictures around it, the pictures are the illumination, the writing is calligraphy. And then we also have woodworking, metalworking, armory, so they can make armor, and my favorite, needlework. And there's also, of course, food. There's a lot of research you can do on food. The arts and sciences, that's definitely my favorite kind of event. Also, most events have feasts, either at noon or at the end, because they have court. And they cook food based on the period. You know, what the, they've researched what people ate during that period. So the last event there is colleges. Colleges are really interesting. Beginners and experts alike can learn new topics about war, sciences, food, techniques, that kind of thing. And also history research. There's always somebody there who has researched the time of the period. So, in conclusion, there's me in my garb that I made. We've talked about the SCA, its history, structure, and events. I hope you enjoyed learning about it as much as I enjoyed teaching it, telling you about it. Thank you! All right, so let's turn off the camera. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it.
We have to sit down.
Just one more minute.